Hello, welcome to this Golden Edge Recap Stanley Cup Playoff Edition. The Golden Knights and their improbable season is now done as they fall to the Washington Capitals in game number 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals, 4-3. They lose the series 4-1. And in this game, it started off great for the Golden Knights as the energy inside of T-Mobile Arena was electric. But the Washington Capitals, as they have in the past few games, they score first. The Golden Knights put up 3 goals in the second period, and the Washington Capitals put up 2 goals in the final period, winning the game 4-3. So for more on tonight's game, let's head to sports columnists Ed Graney and Adam Hill, who have more.
Hey everyone, it's Ed Graney and Adam Hill from the Review Journal here for ReviewJournal.com and the Golden Edge. Adam, the historic season, the inaugural expansion season of the Golden Knights is over. They lose to the Washington Capitals 4-3 tonight in Game 5. The Capitals, for the first time in 43 years of their existence, are the Stanley Cup champions. Very well deserved. I think they're the better team for the entire series. But let's put this in perspective of what the Vegas Golden Knights did this year, this entire journey, and really what they meant to this town.
Yeah, I think it's tough to put it in perspective right now, just a couple of hours after the game is over and the season is over, and one of the most historic and insane, crazy years we've ever seen in sports has come to an end. But when you sit back and look at it, what it was a team that was a lot better than people thought they were going to be. Like, I know people like to think it was something magical or something just came together. No, this was a really good collection of players that hit together at the right time. They gelled very quickly and they played really well all season long. They just didn't have enough at the end of the year. So you can talk about the expansion narrative and bringing the city together and all those other things, which are true. But in the end, this was just a really good hockey team that just didn't quite have enough at the end of the year. And I think it's early, but it's one that you look at and say, hey, this is a team that's set up really well for next year. So, they're going to start, they're going to think about what could have been and how close they were. But the next couple of days, you'll get over that and then start thinking about next year. And I think the prospects are really good for Vegas going forward.
Yeah, well, let's figure this out. It was a 9-month season. The next season is going to start actually probably sooner than people expect. No question, 1 October and the shooting sort of changed the trajectory of both this town and this team and the people who followed it. No question also that the winning helped in that, and the winning brought people together because that's what winning does. What are some of the things you're going to remember most about covering this team this season? I thought the Review Journal, we had all the people on this team. We covered it front to back, blanketed the coverage. But you yourself, what are you going to remember most?
I mean, I remember, traveling around all the different cities in the NHL and seeing all the different arenas and kind of, it's new for Vegas to have hockey. It's new for us to be covering hockey and everything that we've seen. And, you remember certain times in the year where, early in the year they start off pretty well and you're thinking, okay, this team is having some fun and winning some games. And then you beat the Lightning here in T-Mobile Arena with a packed house. They were the best team in the league and Vegas beats them, and you start to think, all right, maybe this team actually is pretty good. And then you start to see as the playoffs wear on and, things getting better and better. And, it is just everything coming together at the same time with the tragedy right before the year and everything that happened. And as you mentioned, people like to think this team just being here brought them together. No, the fact that they were really, really good rallied the city and really gave people a sense of pride to kind of talk about. And what a crazy, remarkable season. There's really no words that you can use to describe what this was. But it was an insane ride, and you would expect that people in town enjoyed it and are not focused on the fact that they didn't win the cup. Their fact is focused more on the season and the ride in general.
Absolutely. The ending doesn't tell the whole story. The whole story is told throughout the season. In 2020, the Raiders will come here and we'll get NFL football for Las Vegas. That'll change the sports landscape of this town forever, along with that NFL stadium. But I think you'll agree, we'll never have, as a sports community in this town, a team and a city that bonded like this. Obviously, it took the tragedy, which no one ever wanted to happen, but there's never really going to be this year again, and I think you'll agree with that, and you know the NFL as well as anyone. That is going to change this town forever. But I'm telling you, it's no fault of the Raiders, but it's going to be very hard to come in and find this kind of passion and love for a team that the people in this town felt and will continue to feel for this hockey team.
Yeah, for so long you didn't have, you had UNLV as a college team that was the major league sport here, and people certainly like to wear their hats and things around the country, but you never really, had that sense of, UNLV was just a college that was out here in the desert, and now Vegas kind of felt like it was a real town by getting that logo to wear around. When you're around the country and you're at an airport somewhere else and you see a Vegas Golden Knights hat and you're like, oh, that guy is from Vegas, and it kind of became synonymous with the city. So that happening was remarkable and insane, but it was the fact that they were also able to just gel the way they were and to win games and to be as successful as they were. All of those things come together. You're not going to see it again. So, it's just one of those unique things that happens in sports, and you just have to enjoy it while it's here.
So there it is. Look, the news will keep coming the coming weeks. When you go to the Stanley Cup Finals, a team, you come back next week, and all of a sudden free agency starts in a couple weeks. The draft is coming up. Vegas will again host the NHL Awards here in a few weeks. So if you thought the hockey news would stop for a while, that's not the case. Keep following all that news at ReviewJournal.com and here at the Golden Edge. For all of us at the Review Journal, myself and Adam, Steve, Dave, all of our video departments, Brian back at the studio, all the people who cover this team throughout the year, we thank you for watching again tonight. A very deserving Washington Capitals team has won the Stanley Cup 4-3 over the Golden Knights here at T-Mobile Arena. Keep an eye at ReviewJournal.com and the Golden Edge for all our continued coverage. Thanks for watching this season. We really appreciate it.
All right, thank you very much, Ed and Adam. And after the game, Gerard Gallant did not want to talk about the actual game. What he wanted to do was thank the Vegas-born fans for all of their support all season long, and he also wanted to give a pat on the back to all of his players who made him proud by playing and fighting all season long. So, for Ed Graney and Adam Hill, I'm Brian Salmon here at T-Mobile Arena for Golden Edge. We'll see you next time.